This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, Cole begins to have an edge around his commentary and effectively is turning himself heel, JR. Do you remember whose idea this was?
Well, I'm sure it wasn't Cole's idea.
Yeah.
Vince or whoever Vince's number one writer was at that time.
Do you like the idea of a lead heel announcer?
No. The lead announcer has got to be someone that the audience trusts. You can't be an overwhelming character to where the character is more important than their validity, their honesty, their shooting straight within the storyline parameters, et cetera, et cetera. So, no, I when Cole was the lead announcer and he was becoming a heel, I thought it was one of the more silliest positionings that we had ever done. Because now you got your guy you want everybody to trust this guy. If this guy's a heel and he's lying and he's exaggerating, and then he says, "Man, I'll tell you what, Triple H maybe the toughest guy in all of WWE." Now, do I believe that as a broadcaster, or I think he's bullshitting me as in his heel character? Does he really mean that? Whereas if he had been a babyface and that didn't have that tainted history of being a heel, shall we say, then all of a sudden there's no issue. You believe him. When JR said Stone Cold was a BMF or whatever, because I was honest and people knew I had a relationship there, they believed it, and it got Steve over more because they were hearing the words that they wanted to hear from somebody that should have known and was willing to share those opinions.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Blurred lines with wrestlers can be entertaining, but with commentators, it can be confusing.
Yeah, who do I believe?
Yeah.
Are you heel announcer now? Are you babyface announcer? Are you bullshitting me? Or are you shooting me straight? I don't know. I'm not sure where we are here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I felt like with that when Michael was in that role. They didn't do him any favors whatsoever. But here's the good news about that deal. To me, he endured it and survived it. Horrible creative for him, but he didn't say shit with a mouthful, as Granny would say. And he survived it. Now he's tenured and he's been there for years and years. He's got a title and he's making good money. I'm proud as hell of him.
Well, JR, we're going to move on with the storyline here because you're on Old School Raw. It's November 15th, 2010. You make an appearance with Cole and Lawler at the commentary desk, which leads to Cole insulting you throughout the match between Jack Swagger and Daniel Bryan. That's right. We call now Bryan Danielson. You
Sometimes.
hit him with your hat at the end. This is the beginning to set up Cole and Lawler to give Lawler a WrestleMania match. Finally, we're going to get Lawler at WrestleMania. What do you remember of this night? The insults Michael sent your way, do you think they were all coming from Vince?
I don't know if they were all coming from Vince because Michael's smart enough to start putting the story together and could create some of his own content. But he did what he had to do. I mean, he needed to be rude to me and negative and all that good stuff, and be the big dog out there. But it because it was ostensibly created to get Lawler a match at WrestleMania. For Lawler to have his first match at WrestleMania, and all due respect against Michael Cole, was ridiculous. You're telling me that one of the greatest workers of all time, who has done more for the business than just about anybody that you can name as far as a territory guy and, all those other positive experiences, Hall of Fame guy, he's a star. He should have had a match with somebody he could have had a wrestling match with. And he would have been the happiest guy in town. He was happy to have a match on WrestleMania. I don't know how deep his happiness went with it, the choice of opponents. So, and to Michael's credit, because I've been in his positions, he was nervous as a whore in church because he's on the stage. This is big stuff, right?
That's right. WrestleMania, baby.
Yeah. So anyway, Cole got a payday out of it, and Lawler got his match and got a payday out of it. So those are a couple of wins the way I look at it. But
But you get inserted into this feud. Did you like that? They used you to be, you know, the driver, I guess, or part of the storyline to make it work.
Well, I didn't mind it. It helped Jerry and helped Michael, as I could help them further their WrestleMania thing. And of course, then it gave me a shot at calling the match at WrestleMania. So I got some more paydays out of it. And you know, I'm not an amateur. I'm a pro, so pros get paid. So by creating another opportunity to get another payday and get a WrestleMania payday out of it, you know, I'm okay.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.